Here's your wrestling news for May 1st, 2021, and if you like what you're watching, smash that like button and give us 1,000 likes or more. And your headlines for today include everything about the WWE SmackDown main event. Current NXT champion sends Daniel Bryan a subtle message following tonight's SmackDown. WWE announces a special episode of SmackDown for next week. What's in it for Kevin Owens? Fans call for Ryback to retire in mass numbers as he claims fraudulent votes in survey. Embarrassment to the business. WWE legend slams Bray Wyatt. Andrade officially announces next pro wrestling destination. Why Seth Rollins called out the Young Bucks. AEW coming at YouTube channels big time with copyright strikes. Tessa Blanchard and Daga might give a shocker to WWE. WWE Hall of Famer cried for hours after WWE cut her Hall of Fame speech time. What really happened with Drake Wuertz' WWE NXT suspension, and more. We are kicking off today with SmackDown as last night's show saw Roman Reigns debut his brand new theme. Ditching the last part of his pre-Tribal Chief life, as he's used the Shield's theme since his 2012 debut, the new song is grand and, for lack of a better phrase, worthy of someone dubbed the Tribal Chief. Reigns' exceptional theme was matched by Paul Heyman's exceptional pre-match promo as he reminded fans why he's considered one of the greatest talkers of all time. By the time the bell rung, expectations were high, and Reigns and Daniel Bryan delivered with a story of two evenly matched athletes competing for the Universal title. It was Reigns who got the win, meaning Bryan is now banished from SmackDown, but the Yes Man has nothing to be ashamed of with his last match on the Blue brand. Though Bryan is banished from SmackDown, that doesn't mean he's gone from WWE, and the former world champion may be heading to NXT if Johnny Gargano gets his way. On Twitter, Gargano shared a picture of them from their indie days, saying it's been a while since they last competed, and a move to the Gold brand could be in the future for the former WWE champion. Even without Bryan, the show must go on, and next week's SmackDown will have a different feel. On Twitter, WWE confirmed that next week will be an old-school SmackDown setting, and even used the logo of the show when it debuted over 20 years ago. It's unclear if WWE will use an old set, such as the ever-popular Giant Fist, as this would be difficult to construct for one night in the Thunderdome. It's also unclear if any special appearances will happen, as none have been confirmed yet, but it wouldn't be much of a throwback SmackDown if there were no legends involved. What we do know is that next week's show will see a WrestleMania rematch between Seth Rollins and Cesaro, and it'll be interesting to see what unfolds on old-school SmackDown. One person hoping for the Giant Fist stage to return next week is Kevin Owens, as he has big plans if the iconic set returns. When a fan asked Owens on Twitter if he'd be willing to jump off the fist, Owens replied with a curt yes, as the former Universal Champion is clearly willing to go to the extreme next week if WWE brings the fist back. Back to this week's SmackDown, and in the first of two title matches, Apollo Crews retained his Intercontinental Championship against Big E in a WrestleMania 37 rematch. Big E was close to becoming a three-time Intercontinental Champion until Commander Aziz pulled him out of the ring and attacked him, causing a DQ, meaning that Crews retains. Kevin Owens, who had a grudge with Aziz after last week's show, made the save, but then Sami Zayn appeared to help out the heels. Dropping Owens with a haluva kick, there was some tension when Zayn was reluctant to give Crews his title back, and Zayn ultimately ate a Nigerian nail from Aziz, the 2021 version of Umaga's Samoan Spike. With Big E, Owens, and Zayn all involved, it seems a fatal four-way for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania Backlash is inevitable, in a nice throwback to the 2016 post-WrestleMania 32 Intercontinental title picture when Zayn, Owens, The Miz, and Cesaro had one of the best matches of the year. With four excellent stars 5 years later, this match could reach a similar level, and we're excited to see it happen, hopefully soon. Last month, WWE star Ryback asked fans what he should do next in the world of wrestling, and though he offered many options, including him joining AEW, Impact, or NXT, the majority of fans, 44.8% in fact, felt Ryback should retire and quit the business. Now Ryback is getting a second opinion as he's posted the same poll again, telling fans not to vote retire, and has said that his first vote was plagued with, quote, fraudulent votes. This new poll has backfired in a major way, as now more fans are voting for the big guy to retire, with 68.8% of people responding saying he should hang up his singlet for good. In the past, Ryback has claimed that his Twitter account is being illegally suppressed, and while he's now getting a lot of people interacting with his tweets, the big guy doesn't want to hear what the fans have to say. More from SmackDown, and Women's Champion Bianca Belair opened this week's show, which quickly led into multiple confrontations, a brawl, and eventually a 6-person tag match. With Belair and the Street Profits facing Bayley and the Dirty Dogs, the rules of these matches is that the men face the men and the women face the women, but that didn't stop Belair from lifting Dolph Ziggler high into the air. Belair also woman-handled WWE's longest-reigning SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley, but also had a direct impact on the outcome that saw Robert Roode get pinned. While it's normal to protect a babyface champion, not many are made to look as good as Bianca Belair, as the company has all the faith in the world in the EST of WWE. More from NXT next, as the Gold brand could soon be getting an influx of new superstars. The Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that WWE is planning a talent exchange partnership with MLW that would allow some NXT superstars who struggle to get TV time a chance to showcase their skills in MLW. Stars from MLW would also get a test of what working for WWE would be like, and WWE reportedly doesn't like the reputation that they don't work with other companies. It was said that this would be akin to the deal the WWE had with Evolve a few years ago, or ECW back in the late 90s, before both companies were bought by Vince McMahon. We'll have to see if anything comes out of this idea, as there's a ton of underused NXT stars who could benefit from getting some TV exposure on MLW programming. More from SmackDown, in this week's show saw not one, but 2 teams of champions be pinned in some strange storytelling, to say the least. Not only did Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler lose, with Tamina Snuka busting out a poorly executed splash, but Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler also lost, as it seems the only way storylines progress now is by challengers pinning champions. This seems to be the only way to earn a title shot now, and it does mean that some of the mystique of a title match is lost when you've already seen the champion be pinned. Given we've already seen the SmackDown and Women's Tag Team Champions lose to their challengers, do you really want to see a rematch, which the champions will presumably win thanks to WWE's love of 50-50 booking? It doesn't help that these title units seem bland thanks to shoddy booking, and hopefully WWE figures out a way to let storylines continue without the champs constantly losing. For the past few years, Bray Wyatt has been one of WWE's most popular stars, but not everyone likes The Fiend. On his latest drive-thru podcast, Jim Cornette made his views on Wyatt clear, saying, "Every time we see him, it's garbage. It's goofy f***ing puppets appearing out of nowhere. It's supernatural bullshit. Black sludge vomit, being killed in front of us, and then just getting up or whatever. It's totally unsalvageable. That's not wrestling anymore. So I don't know what the f***ing attraction is that anybody would be entertained by this horse." Fans haven't seen Wyatt since his WrestleMania 37 loss to Randy Orton, and he was absent for many months before then too. And although the Fireflies may not like this, Jim Cornette would no doubt be thrilled if fans never saw the former Universal Champion again. Back to NXT, and a deal with MLW isn't the only big plan in the works, as new details have leaked about the Gold brand's upcoming second show. In February, WWE had filmed a pilot show for an NXT Evolve show, with title belts already designed for the second brand, and now the Wrestling Observer is reporting that this show may be a digital exclusive program. They noted, "There is also the idea of creating their own Evolve-like group as a weekly streaming show, but this would allow the guys to work on actual television and get more exposure than on Peacock, and seem like they are changing and modernizing." WWE reportedly wants to alleviate the frustration of many people on the roster who don't get to wrestle, and given how stacked the company's roster is, a second NXT show seems like the logical route to give more people some much-needed screen time. One person fans won't see is Andrade, who left WWE earlier this year, and now we know where he's going next. During a virtual press conference for Federation Wrestling, the former NXT champion appeared and officially announced that he's joined the company. Andrade was also booked for a match, as he'll team with Rush, Bestia Del Ring, and a mystery partner to face Matt Taven, PJ Black, and 2 surprise opponents. This match will happen on their June 13th pay-per-view, and is Andrade's second confirmed match since his WWE departure, and the former superstar is wasting no time getting back in the ring. AEW news next, and recently the Young Bucks appeared wearing some very familiar looking jackets, and this caught the attention of someone important in WWE. Wearing black jackets with a fur lining, many fans saw these jackets as a dig at Seth Rollins, who wore a similar look last year, and it appears the Messiah was watching the Jackson brothers closely. On Twitter, Rollins congratulated his jacket on a successful trip through the Forbidden Door, a term AEW's Tony Khan invented to talk about wrestlers jumping across promotions. Though Rollins didn't reference the Bucks or AEW by name, it's clear what he was referring to, as the SmackDown superstar is very proud of his unique look. Ever since the company was founded, AEW's leaders have said that they're different to WWE and will change how the wrestling world operates. For years, they've said how they won't come at fans for creating videos and GIFs, but it appears that they're backpedaling on that promise. This week, Matthew, the creator of Botchamania, tweeted that something big is happening with AEW's YouTube channel as they're coming after smaller creators in a major way. Some channels which just discuss AEW Games Department have had strikes, whilst Matthew himself has had 7 videos removed and is close to having his entire channel banned. Matthew acknowledged that it's AEW's content and they can choose what to do with it, but said it still sucks, especially as the company has claimed it's all for fan-created content. In response, AEW's Aubrey Edwards told Matthew to hang tight, saying they're working to fix what's happening, but that fix hasn't happened yet. At this time, AEW is still flagging a ton of videos and channels, as the company isn't as fond of some fans as they claim to be. Now, Tessa Blanchard made history last year when she became Impact's first female world champion, but her reign was controversial to say the least. Shortly before her win, several accusations of bullying and racist language were made against her, and it's interesting that Blanchard hasn't appeared anywhere else since leaving Impact. Blanchard and fellow wrestler Daga married recently, and it seems they could be working together soon, as SE Scoops report that it's all but a formality until they are signed by AEW. Ringside News reports that WWE are aware that Blanchard is available, but haven't made any moves to sign her just yet, and we'll have to see what AEW does next, and if her controversial past will be a factor in any future contracts. Back to WWE, and last month Molly Holly took her rightful place in WWE's Hall of Fame and thanked fans with an emotional but noticeably short speech. While speaking to Busted Open Radio recently, Holly revealed that she had a much longer speech than what fans heard, saying she'd worked really hard on it, and added, "A couple of days before they said, 'Oh, never mind, you actually have 2 minutes to give your speech.' I cried for like 4 hours." As such an integral part of women's wrestling, it's a wonder why WWE cut Molly's speech down, as the former women's champion would have had some incredible stories from her many years in the business. And we're ending today with NXT referee Drake Wuertz, who has stirred up trouble with his promoting of debunked QAnon conspiracies, which reportedly led to a brief suspension earlier this year. It turns out that this wasn't a full suspension, as in The Observer, it's reported that during the last outbreak of positive cases in NXT, Wuertz was told to go home and not come back for 2 weeks, but was paid the entire time. It isn't believed that Wuertz tested positive, but that he was sent home out of precaution after coming into contact with someone who did. Wuertz, unsurprisingly, wasn't wearing a mask during the outbreak as he doesn't believe in them, but his 2-week suspension from WWE had nothing to do with his belief in conspiracy theories. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.